Hi all, welcome to my show. Tonight I'm going to be just building the Spitfire Issue 1, Issue 2 and Issue 3 tonight. With assistance of the two Daves.
Hello.
Hi all.
You all right, Dave?
Yeah, I'm okay, fine. How's yourself?
Oh, not too bad. Bit tired, but we'll get there in the end, won't we?
Yep.
Guess we will do.
Anybody excited for this new build then?
I think it's going to be a brilliant build. Looking forward to building it myself.
Me too, yeah, me too. Me and Christine are going to build it, obviously, a bit later on. And we're obviously gaining experience now over with the help of Adrian here and Dave and everybody else that's building it on YouTube, and looking forward to it. And I bet you're looking forward to building it too, aren't you, Adrian?
Yes, I am.
Jolly good.
I could actually... I tried to do a Spitfire on Wednesday because I did not have my issue 53, but my issues for the post came through this morning, but I already set up the channel for the Spitfire, and I've already said to certain people I'll be doing Spitfire tonight, so
yeah.
Other people might think, oh, I thought you were going to do the Spitfire. So, right, I'm good.
You just let me know when you're ready, Adrian, and I'll start doing your parts checklist.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, I just realised something. I've got to enable the other camera. Give me a moment, everyone.
That's all right. We'll have a bit of a chat if you like. Yeah, or we can bring up the speed of the chat. And in the chat there, we've got P40F20. Good evening, all. Good evening, P40F20. We've got Verwayne. Hello, all. Hello, Verwayne. And we've got Chris Davis. Hi, all. Hi, Chris Davis. P40F20 says, going to be great. Yeah, absolutely. One of the most iconic, if not the most iconic aircraft of World War II has to be the Spitfire. Without a shadow of a doubt, it has to be the Spitfire. And coming close second, of course, has to be the Lancaster and several other of the planes. Not forgetting, of course, the Hurricane, because the Hurricane usually was seen with the Spitfire. And well, what an iconic aircraft the Spitfire is. Saviour of the Battle of Britain, of course, and most famous for the Battle of Britain in around 1940. So Chris Davis says, Adrian, you had two links on tonight, as I commented on one of them, and one of them's popped up. So can you tell us about the second link, Adrian?
I just seen one link.
He probably depends how. If you had a notification system and you've probably looked at the previous one, something went wrong, so I had to redo it.
Yeah. Well, I've just had a quick look, and yeah, there was two links on there for tonight's show. So sorry about that for any confusion, but obviously if you joined us on this one, then you're watching us live, so that's all is good. All is good. Are you any closer now, Adrian? There we go, look.
Yep.
Right, guys, I partly cheated. I've actually snipped the packets halfway through, not all the way around. I've done the two long bits. It's basically trying to have a bit of time, like, you know, I'm opening the package. It is half open. I did it earlier a moment when I was talking to one of the Daves. Because I don't really want you. I don't think you don't want to see someone all the time opening up packets on stream.
No, I understand
At
that,
the moment,
Adrian.
They are. See, another thing it shows. I haven't like gone through, tried it myself.
Yes.
At least you can see. Oh, yes.
But Service also said that it was. I also had a nice surprise today. Got home, had Amazon card through my door, and a package was in my downstairs neighbours.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Are you ready for the ports list?
Guys, just a moment, guys. I'm just warning you, somewhere on the screen, somewhere about there, if you can see where my cursor probably is going. Actually, let's put it on full screen that moment there. Down along here, it says somewhere along there. I can't remember exactly where. It says this item not suitable under 14.
Yeah, it surely does.
I'll show one issue every week.
Yes.
Right. Right. Oh, I got to get some other parts out. Right. Shall we go
Ready?
through the parts?
All right. Ports checklist 101. Propeller blades 3.
Yes. And they feel metal.
I think there will be metal. 102
Yes.
is your spinner or nose cone.
Nose cone. That feels metal.
Hmm.
It feels cold as well, sort of thing.
103 propeller mount inner port.
Right. As they on the screen, they look
Yeah, I'll
both
go.
roughly the same.
Yeah, there's a tip at.
There's the other one.
Yeah, there's a tip.
I'll think you find.
The tip.
No, which one?
The tip on here, ports 103 and 104 are very similar. Note that port 103 has a higher central base than port 104, and port 104 has ribs joining the central base to the outer edges of the port.
Right. Well, we can work out.
So 103 will have a
that
higher
one there
base.
might go in. Yeah, that one there looks like the highest one. That's 104.
Plus it
And
says
105.
Plus, it says actually when you read the port checklist, it says propeller mount outer port with recessed screw hole. So the outer port has a recessed screw hole. 105 assembly
That must be that
template.
one there.
105 assembly template. And just to let everybody know, that is not part of the aircraft. That is just for when you're doing the propeller. Because some people were asking, where does that go on the plane? 106.
No,
propeller
it's actually designed basically so you get all the propellers correctly. As if you have one slightly off center, when you spin it, if you have the motor going rather fast, it could cause a vibration.
That's what it's for. It's not part of the aircraft. It's just a jig for building the.
Yes, it's just basically designed to get the propeller correct and all three blades correct angle.
Right, 106. Propeller cogs 3.
There's like, yes, there's 3 of them. Yes.
And 107
And they're
central cog.
plastic.
Are they?
Yep.
107 central cog.
And 108 is 2
Two
screws.
screws.
I think you only need 1 of them.
Okay. That's it when you're ready.
Yes.
Right. Take the propeller mount, 103, and an assembly template, 105. Fit port 103 into the center of port 105. I'll go straight on to 2. Ensure that the mount fits snugly into the recess in the center of the template.
Well, I think you could basically get that, couldn't you, sort of thing.
Right. Right, port 3. Fit the central cog 107 into the center of the inner port of the propeller mount 103.
Okay.
Ensure that the teeth of the cog 107 face outwards so they can interlock with the propeller gears. See step 7. But we'll not go into that yet. Right, ready for
Well, I
port?
think we can roughly gather that.
Port 5.
If you look at the image, basically, you realise.
Yeah, what it's going to do. Right, take one of the propeller cogs 106 and fit it onto the pegs on the end of one of the propellers 101.
On the pillar, you got like a pin, and inside the cog there, you got a missing part there. So basically, it's got to go on there a certain way.
And repeat that for the other 2 propellers. Ensure the cogs are pushed in firmly.
Yes.
Done. Right, port 7. I'll go through this slow so you know what to do. Fit the 3 propeller cogs 106 over the central cog 107. In the middle of the mount 103.
It looks like curved side upwards.
Yeah, there's a, as indicated by the red arrow. That's what I'm looking at here. Yeah. The cylindrical port of each blade fits into the neck of the central hub 103, as indicated by the blue arrow. The blades fit into the recess in the outer rim of the template 105, as indicated by the yellow arrow. So that's going to set them at the right angle.
Yes. Let me
If
try
the
and put it in the wrong angle.
If the blades fit snugly into the recess, this will ensure that they are at the correct angle. So in your
Yes.
template, there's a bit on the outside which is angled.
Yes.
Right.
All these slightly angles, basically, you get them all correctly.
Right.
Because
Step here.
if you're assembling these without the template, you
You'd be
could
all
have
over the
one off centered. That's
Yeah.
it's designed so you get them all correctly.
So does yours look like picture number 8? Which this diagram shows the propeller blade in the correct position. Right. Number 9. Finally, take the outer port of the propeller mount 104 and fit it over the propeller gears so that it is aligned with the inner port of the mount 103. Fix in place with a 2.3 6mm PB screw.
Right, you have little pinholes on this one, and you have three little pins on there. That feels nice and down.
Certainly, I think it would be a much more difficult job if you didn't have that carrier holding it all together in the middle, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've put propellers together on models before without something like that, and it's not very easy.
No.
That's a brilliant little piece of tool. They've come up with an ingenious invention there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. I was getting them all correctly way around sort of thing. It's nice.
And that's it completed. Once you've got that screw in, nose cone will be left for another nose cone will be left later on.
Oh.
So yeah, and that
very quick build that was.
That was
oh yes. Well, if you're just doing the pallet, you can always just stick the nose cone on top of there. Just make sure you get on correctly, and then
as it says
nicely fit in the drawer if you need to.
And as I said before, it says in the notes, the Assembly 105 is not part of the model.
Yeah.
It is supplied to ensure that you have the propellers at the correct angle. It is useful for storing the propeller assembly at this stage.
Yeah.
But Adrian's going straight into number 2, so he'll be using the propellers.
Yeah, I might have to take it off. Right. If I wasn't going to do these, if it's going to be next week, these are the issues, the parts I'll be receiving in the next issue.
But
so I will hand over. I will hand over issue 2 to Dave C.
Thank you very much, Dave Mill. Right. So this is obviously issue 2 of Build the Spitfire. And in here we have the motor and gears for the spinner. And Adrian's just opening the parts nicely now.
As I said previously, I partly opened it up before. Just cut 2 pieces off the packaging instead of,
Yeah.
Save you a bit of time.
Just to save you a bit of time, which is great.
Yes.
We'll go through a parts checklist when you're ready, Adrian.
Yes, just getting the back covers off.
Okay. Making sure there's no little parts in the bit that you've taken off, of course.
No. As basically that one, there's nothing in there. As I've taken it off like so.
Yeah. Jolly good.
Hopefully they're not going to receive them all as sealed packages. Hopefully they'll just be push fit packaging together.
Yeah, that would be more.
To open them up.
That'd be helpful, wouldn't it? A bit like the Routemaster would be helpful if there was like that. So, if you're ready then, Adrian, we'll go through a parts checklist. And we've got 201, which is the motor housing.
201. It's a good question which one of these it is. Let me just have a look at
Yes.
both of them. It looks like it's going to be that one there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And then we've got
'Cause you-
202, which is also a motor housing, which you might as well show because it's the other half of it, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because in the image, right, okay, that one there would be showing like that.
Yeah.
You compare both images, that looks like so.
Yes, you can. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. So then we've got 203, which is the propeller gear set.
Right, that's in a plastic bag, so that could have a little bit of oil on it.
Yeah, could have grease on it or something, couldn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
So the propeller gear set. And then we've got 204, which is the motor.
Yeah.
Okay, good old
And it
electric
looks like
motor.
and they look like they've actually made sure the ends don't come off. They put a bit of sealant there. Hold the connections on.
Brilliant, yeah.
It's nice they've done that compared to the image.
Yeah. Then we've got 205, the lower fuselage frame.
Yep. And that is plastic.
And that's plastic. I would have thought that would be metal, but surprised it's plastic. Mind you, it'd be just as strong.
Yes, or another thing, as someone said the other night, in detail, it's easier to create something in plastic than it is in metal.
Yes, absolutely. And then we've got 206.
By me looking at it, you've got like the little magnet there and there. It could be, if it was in metal, it might drain the magnet out of the two magnets.
Yes, of course. Right, so we've got 206, which is 3 2x4mm PB screws and 1 spare.
Yes, we've got 3 in there. And
then 207, we've got 4 2x4mm PM screws and 1 spare.
yes. While I've got the packet in my hand, I'm going to open them up. So it's ready to take each screw out in a moment. Put them in there. Put that on one side.
Okay. So do you want to go to section 1 then?
Right, yeah, I brought up step 1.
Step 1 is remove the propeller assembly from the template issue 1 and turn it over so that the flat side of the mount 103 is uppermost. Fit the assembly into the spinner nose cone 102 from issue 1.
Right, on the propeller, you have like a peg there.
Yeah.
And then inside there, you'll find there's a little notch on one of those. So basically, that's got to go on a certain way around.
Yeah.
If I put it on like so, it will not sit correctly. If I spin it around that way, that will fit nicely.
Yeah.
So those two got to go together a certain way around.
Yes. Okay. So step 2 then would be ensure that the propeller mount fits snugly into the spinner 102 so that the propeller blades fit into the recesses. Note that there is a small peg on the propeller assembly part 104 which locates in a notch in part 102. I think we've just looked at that.
No, I did not read the instructions. I have not read the instructions. But I noticed when I was actually putting it together, there will be a notch on it. I think, right, okay. And I had to look in there, think, right, yes, that's got to go together a certain way around.
Yes.
And if you want to hold, turn your assembly upside down, and you can just put the pedal on like so. It holds
Aha.
up there nicely.
Yes, very good indeed. Okay, so step 3 then. Step 3 is fit the propeller gear set 203 into the center of the spinner 102. The curved tabs fit over the arms of the propellers as indicated by the red arrow. Fit in place with 3 2x4mm PM screws, 207 blue arrows. The screws fit into the sockets in the spinner 102, and the tabs in the gear set 203 fit neatly over the propeller arms below. So it's the inset below how it fits in.
Yes.
So obviously there's some tabs to align up properly, isn't there?
Yep. Before I start now, I was actually just getting the screwdriver ready with the screws sort of thing.
Yeah, that's okay.
I've noticed they're not doing these like the root more, so they're just putting them in a one packet,
Yeah,
which is a shame because I like the way they've done them with the root master because you had the little sticky labels on,
that's right. Yeah.
which means when I start putting them into a box, I'm going to have to start marking a box with a pen.
Yeah.
The little sticky labels are great.
Right, can I see? Right, okay, you've got notches like that. That bit there goes over the propeller,
Yeah.
and you find that's a tab where a screw will end up going through.
Yeah. And I would have thought that this would have to be aligned correctly, because otherwise it won't fit together correctly.
Yes.
And we don't want a wobbly propeller now, do we?
No. It will shake the aircraft apart, you find. And you don't want that to happen, do you?
Yeah, exactly. So in the chat there, while you're doing that, Adrian, we've got Chris Davis says, yeah, you'll all know what it is when I use it in one of my nice, it's one of my nice subs that's bought it from my wish list, which has made him well pleased. Fleetwood J says, hi all, hope everyone is okay. Hi Fleetwood J, yeah, we're okay. We're a bit tired, but we're okay. Chris Davis says, good Fleetwood, you. Chris Davis says, like the Jag wheels, you have a jig. Yes. P40F20 says, my first issue of the Spitfire arrived in Chicago on the 1st of March. Today has been transferred from the facility. It arrived to another facility in Chicago. Hope to see it delivered soon. Oh my goodness me. Chris Davis says, Dave says you need a special frock for this build, laughing out loud. And Chris Davis says, same screws as the Terminator.
Yes, it's just another thing you find is down to cost. Well, it's probably the Route Master was probably manufactured by a different company, and probably it's the same company who's done the Spitfire and the Terminator.
Yeah.
They probably it's probably down to the manufacturer who's won the contract basically or was willing to do the model.
Yeah. So, is that done, Adrian?
Yes.
Okay, so section 4 then. Section 4 is take the motor housing 202 and slide the two brass cylinders on part 203 as far apart as possible so that you can fit the channel on part 202 between the rims of the brass pieces as indicated by the red arrows. The inset below shows the housing in place. And then there's a little gold section and it says tip. Parts 201 and 202 are very similar. Note that part 202 has two raised screw sockets. Make sure you fit them in the right orientation as shown here in the inset.
Right. As you can see, that one there, I got two screw holes there, raised section, yes.
Uh-huh.
And a moment ago, actually, I noticed there was two loose ones and it came apart. So I thought, oh, that could be a spread apart. So
Yeah.
I did that previously.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's going to be fun trying to hold.
Yeah.
Right.
300 job.
Guess. Right. Step 5.
Step 5. Okay. So step 5 is take the motor 204, shown here without the cable, for clarity. Fit it into the motor housing 202 with one of the curved sides upwards.
Right. So they don't mean that way. They want you to slot it in that way.
Uh-huh.
Do you know, I don't know why they didn't actually ask us to plug the motor in first. It'd be a lot easier to try and jiggle it because I would basically right. Okay, put the motor, get the plastic piece, put the motor in, then put the putter in.
Yeah.
Because
You're going to need 6 hands in a minute. So section 6 then is the teeth on the cog attached to the motor 204 should engage with the teeth on the cog on the gear set 203. So do.
yes,
So step 7 and step 7 is take the second part of the motor housing 201 and fit over the motor so that the screw holes in the two housing parts are aligned. Fix together with two 4mm PB screws at 206 with a black finish.
yeah. Right, now I've put them together. It's a lot easier. I can move my hand and alter it and hold it to a different way.
Yeah. Expertly done there, Adrian, because obviously at that point you needed 6 hands.
Yep.
Yes. Well, if you've got an Oreo screwdriver, basically always get a screw ready before you start throwing your hands up.
Yes.
Right, I've screwed one in so many turns, and I'm actually going now. I'm going to go back to the other screw and put that one in so many turns.
Good
And
idea.
then I'm going to go back to the original one. Just gradually go through them both till I find some bit of resistance. Right, yes.
And making sure, of course, that they don't slip. Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Are you happy with that?
Yes, I am. I was just making sure, just double checking, because it was a bit awkward to tell if the other cog was turning. Because
Yeah.
you're trying to balance the pedal, because that's slightly heavy.
Yeah. So, okay. So we want section 8 then, or stage 8. Stage 8 is the two housing parts, 201 and 202, hold the motor in place and the propeller gear set, 203, with the teeth of the cogs engaged.
Yeah, I've double checked that. I don't want to spin it around, because really,
Yeah.
if I spin it around rather fast, I could actually create some current.
Yes, you could. Yes, that's true. And then it goes on to the next section, Adrian. Yeah, and the next section is completed work. Gears and a motor have been fitted to the spinner, complete with propellers. Part 205 will be fitted in a future issue. Store the parts carefully until needed. And they are the finished views. And so
guys,
here endeth the lesson of the Spitfire issue 2.
and these would be the parts you would end up receiving next week if I was doing this a week earlier, sort of thing.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Yep, looks nice, doesn't it? Engine.
Yeah.
Yes. Same again. I've half opened up the package to basically try and save a bit of time when building wise, because the same again. I don't think you want to see people keep on opening a lot of packages.
And I would say with this part, you may need some glue.
Yes.
Ah.
I'm just reading it. I'm just reading the tips at the moment. I just thought that it'll give Adrian the chance to get his glue out.
Yeah.
And I've got to go and find the glue. Right, you want to go through the parts list?
Yes.
All right. Part 301, fuselage below engine.
And that is metal.
Wow.
Is it like an aluminium or is it a cast?
I don't know. It's
Because
I know
the Spitfire is going to be heavy-ish, but I can't see it being too heavy because it's going to be sitting on a thing that's going to be making it look as though it flies.
Yes. And again, looking at this model, this part work, I think you've got two magnetic tags there.
Yeah.
I'm glad they've put those in, because just in case you've got to put them in a certain way around.
Yeah.
That'll be so that you can put the side cowlings on and take them on and off to look at the engine.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my thought. Right, 302, top of engine block.
Right. It looks similar to 205, 305 basically, though. So
anything that tells them apart?
Yes, how do you tell them apart? Good question. It's probably more detail because one's got a little notch out of there. So basically, that might show you later date within the instructions.
Oh, your microphone's just gone, Dave.
Oh, it hasn't, has it?
Yeah, Dalek just popped up.
Any better?
Yeah.
That's better.
Right. Where was it, Ruth? 303, engine block, outer.
Right. That would be... I reckon that would be that one.
Yep.
That image.
304, engine block, inner.
And that looks like that one.
Right. 305, top of engine block, which we've seen before.
Yeah, we already talked about because we don't know which one's which.
Huh?
Exactly.
306, engine block, inner.
Right. Top of the engine block. Oh, both of them are metal, and the rest of the parts at the moment is plastic.
Right. 307, engine block, outer.
Ah, hang on. Now I got those wrong, haven't I? That's 307. That's a bit awkward when they're all roughly similar sort of thing.
Yeah.
And doing slightly different order.
308, nameplate 2.
Right. Yes, that's them. And you find off camera, I'll be using my magnifying glass. I'm going to leave those in the tray at the moment, so it's
309, base of engine block.
right. There's one of these two, so it's got to be that one there.
And 310 is base of engine block. So there's two bases.
Yeah, that's that one there. Because working out which was two, because that's got a pin sticking out compared to the image, and that one has not. That's how I worked that one out.
311, 2 6mm PB screws, 1 spare.
Guess.
And 12, 2 4mm PM screws, 1 square.
Guess.
Oh, PM screws in this one because we're going into metal.
Mm.
And I'll read the gold tips out first, so because it helps you along.
Actually, you'll find down on the next page because I didn't know how to do it because I just cut this page in half.
Do you want to do the tips?
Yeah, read the tips out.
Right. First tip, the parts for the engine block are very similar. Take some time to identify them before you start assembly. We strongly advise you to do a complete dry run up to step 7 before applying any adhesive. Tip 2, some of the parts have to be glued in place. We recommend gel type super glue applied with a tip of a cocktail stick. So we're going to do a dry run 1 to 7.
Yes, roughly. Nice. Right.
Then you can glue them all together. Then you can sit and glue them all on.
106, it looks like. That piece there. And I reckon the other one would be... Nope, not that one, is it? It would be that one there.
That many parts that are black and look the same on this, it's going to be a fun issue.
Yes.
Yeah, certainly is.
Does it say to actually glue this?
Uh, well, let's say do a drive run up to 7. So it's up to you if you want to start gluing or do the dry run first.
I'd rather do the driver and make sure and roughly right. Okay, do I want to glue it or not? Then
Uh-huh.
you know
Right, so-
sometimes because that's nicely fitted together, sort of thing.
Oh,
And
right.
just worked out if they tell me what to glue, sort of thing. Right.
So you've just done stage 1, are you? Take the two
Yes.
engine block ports, 306 and 307, test fit the assembly so that the pegs on the inside of the port fit in the sockets in port 306 as shown. Apply a little glue to the pegs and fix the ports together.
Well, another thing, I think you can work out which two pieces have got to go together.
Step 2. Take the first engine nameplate 308 and the top of engine block 305. Fit the pegs on port 308 into the holes in port 305. This is a push fit connection.
Right. On the image, it's showing that little notch there. So basically, this is 305. And compared to that image, you've got the two peg holes there. If I pick up the other one and roughly, because this one here would be that way around. Right, yeah, it's similar. So basically, this is 305.
All right. Ready for port 3?
Hang on, Mo. I'm just.
Well, you're not
I'm
fitting
going
that
to
on.
push it. Yeah, I haven't fit it on yet, so I just had to grab my magnifying glass. Hey, I can see
What it says on
the
there.
name tag and make sure I am getting it correct way up. You might not see it, but I.
It does say Rolls Royce, so.
Yes. And this is a nice push fit. Right. Yes, I'm happy with that.
All right.
So I don't want to strain my eyes and see what if that was up and up, upside down or upside down sort of thing.
Right. Fit port 305 into the 7306 307 from step 1. When you are happy with the fit, apply a little super glue around the rim of the ports 306 307 and fix together.
Right. Actually, I'm going to go back and actually glue that together because I'm happy with the two plants. The way the two plastic bits go together, I'll be happy with.
Right. So get your glue out.
And same again. At the moment, I'm using a paintbrush glue. And it's a glue, if I get it on the outside, when it dries, it won't be seen. Come on. Yeah. Before I glued it, it was nice and easy to put it together. But once you put a glue on and you try and work out where it goes,
Aye.
you tend to want to try and put it together until it's roughly in the correct place.
It's the way it works. Fits lovely, then you put
Yes.
some glue on, it doesn't fit.
Yes. Right, I'm going. It's a drag through everything, so I'm happy gluing those two bits together. Because at the moment, that fits on there nicely without any glue at the moment. So I'm going to go back a step later for that one to glue that on.
All right, so we'll go to step 4.
Yes.
Take the next 2 engine block ports, 303 and 304. Test the fit so that the pegs of port 303 fit into the recess in port 304. When you are happy with it, fit a little super glue the peg and fix place.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to pull them apart. I'm happy with them going together. I'm going to glue them on. I'm happy with that.
All right. Step 5. In the same way, take the engine nameplate 308 and fit into the top of the engine block 302. Again, is a push fit connection. So you need your magnifying glass so you can get them in the right way.
Identifying where the holes are. Well, I want to make sure I get the nameplate correct way up, not upside down. You never know. Someone might accidentally do that, so that get it upside down. And probably when someone looks at the model, they might point that out. Oh, you put your nameplate upside down.
Yeah.
I find a lot easier. It depends how good eyesight you have. You probably some people might easy to recognize reading it correctly.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're going to know definitely once you put these 2 bits together that they're right.
Yes.
Right. What was that? Step 6. Fit the top of the engine block 302 onto the engine block assembly 303, 304. When you're happy with the fit, apply a little super glue to the rim of ports 303, 304 and fix in place. Basically the same as step 3. I think step 7 you're going to need 3 pairs of hands here. Ooh.
Well, it depends how good a jogger you are.
You remember this is a V-shaped engine when it starts going together.
Yes. I really worked out these two go like so. It depends how well you can hold. Yeah, you can hold things together.
Right, so are you ready for that? Are you ready for that bit? 7?
Yeah, I can always glue the engine tops on after the stream sort of thing.
Right. Place the 7 engine blocks, 303, 304, and 306, 307 together to form a V shape, as shown. Note that the nameplates face outwards.
If you've got the engine blocks on top the wrong way around, you glued it on, it's hard luck.
Right.
That's another thing by double checking, doing them later date. At least you know which way around
Mm.
they are going to be. Right. That one's going to be on there like so.
Right. I got them into the V
Let's
shape.
guess.
Right, I'll catch up with different. Fit the two engine block bases, 309 and 310, on either side of the engine block assembly. Fix the engine block bases together with a PB2 6mm screw 311. You may find it easier to partially screw ports 309 and 310 together and then insert engine block into the gap before tightening.
Well, I roughly gathered together. Whoops. I had it all together, holding it together. One screw to hold this together.
Looks like 6 hands again.
Yep, does.
Actually, to be honest, well, you can almost slide them in. Looks like.
Or if you get a screw halfway in, can you slide it together? Like what this is.
Yeah. Well, actually, oh, right, okay, yes. I didn't get one perfectly together. It was probably a tip, basically, an idea, right? Okay, yes, get it holding so far. Tell you something, if you had the weight on top of that, that wouldn't be able to sit there. So actually, I'm glad I haven't glued the tops on for a moment.
Yeah.
So your tip would be not to glue them top bits on. You've got this bit done.
Guess nothing. If you think about it, at least when you got it down the top table, at least the weight will be keeping them on. Or like basically, you're gluing something, you'd rather leave it for a moment and go away and do something else.
Yeah.
Because while the glue's drying, you might knock it and it might come off and think, oh, sugar, that's come off then. And this is where the glue's gone a bit tacky and you can't really get it back on there again. Right. I am going to put glue on the plastic bit.
Just looking at the chat here, see where we're up to. Remember where we're up to, Dave?
Yeah, we was up to Chris Davis says, Adrian, you need a runway now.
You need a runway now.
Can you find that?
I've seen a special frock.
Just
Says
under
50.
that.
Oh, yes. And a hanger. Chris Davis and a hanger. Chris Davis, all thumbs up from me, Adrian. Chris Davis, awesome, Adrian. Chris Davis, Adrian, keep them the order what they are in packets as they go together in order. Chris Campton, hi everyone.
Hi, Chris.
Chris Davis, hi Chris Campton.
Chris.
Chris Davis, this is like a jigsaw. And Chris, that's hi, Chris Davies. You work here. Chris Davies, you work here, Butty. DFC, Lord Chris Davies, Butty, Lord. I can bend Buddy, you know.
Well,
Lord,
when you come to do the engine, yes, I suggest you don't glue the tops on when they say do the two bottom halves, fit them on together. Then what you can do, then glue those on.
Yeah.
Then you can actually just sit it down. And plus, as the two top bits are metal, when you're trying to put it together, it's actually adding weight to you, trying fitting everything together.
Yes.
Because fitting the plastic bits together, it's easier because they'll be lighter.
Yes.
I'll carry on with the chat before we go to the next minute. Adrian Davies, Chris Davies, Adrian, the Terminator can't help you with a spare hand. If he was that good, yes. Marty McFly, hi Chris, long time no see.
Hi, Marty.
Marty 5, great, thanks Chris, hope you are well. Yes, I'm grand, Marty. And Chris Davies, let Marty, add me to Facebook if you want. That's what chat's up to now. And I'll move on to port 8. Are you ready for port 8?
Yes.
Right. Take the piece of fuselage, 301, and the lower fuselage frame, 205, supplied with issue 2. Fit the rear screw socket as port 301 into the hole in the base of port 205. At the same time, 2 local pins circled will engage in matching sockets. Note that the frame is slightly angled when the free holes at the end of the fuselage are flat on the work surface. The top ends of the frame will be flatter rather than sloping, as indicated by the yellow arrows. Fix in place with a PM2 4mm screw, 312. Now, did you catch all that?
Yes. Hold the frame like so. With this one, you got to put this on a certain way.
And it looks
by
like
working that out. Actually,
Yeah,
it's a good question how you work that one out.
There's supposed to be some little, when you put it in, some little locating pins circled. Where?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, I can
2
see
local pins there. And by working the image, that side there is away from you, because if you have a look.
Yeah.
Because what you're looking at that side compared to
the fitter part of the fuselage holding that at the
that
back.
side.
I would say with them location pins, will it only fit in one way?
No, you find my guess. Everything fits on one way.
I thought, because usually with locating pins, it's like that. And that's port 3 finished.
Wow.
Yep. And I don't know if Adrian's got a thing of what's coming in the next part.
Well, that's the 2 images we got.
Yeah.
Complete. And This is going to be the parts in 2 weeks' time.
Oh,
Yeah. I thought that's what the magnets are for. The engine, the panel fuselage covers are going to be held in place with the magnets. So
yeah,
can be removed. That's what I said before.
yeah. Excellent job.
Guess right, because I do have an image with the diorama. Let me. Where did I? Let me quickly find it.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Detailed engine, highly accurate with removal out the panels. So the looks like there's going to be a hell of a lot more work to be done on this engine.
Yeah, certainly does.
Because I'm looking at the cardboard cutout. Just it says detailed engine, and that little bit I can see down there.
Yeah,
There's pipe work and everything to be fitted into that engine.
yeah.
Guess because
So it's not going to be another root
there's
mortar
4
engine.
holes there.
It's not going to be another root mortar engine where you're going to bend these tiny pipes all over the place again, is it?
That's a good question. Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
But just looking at that, and that's just looking at one side, there's quite a bit of detail in there.
Yeah, there is. It's looking brilliant there.
Yeah, working lights in the cockpit,
Yeah,
navigation lights and tail lights, flash machine. Yeah, the Spitfire didn't have navigation lights on, did it? Because it was.
I don't know whether the Mark 1 did.
Because it was a day fighter.
Yeah, I don't know whether the Mark 1 did.
Maybe the Mark 4.
Mark 4 and 5, yeah, might have done.
Yep. They done. But I don't think the Mark 1 was.
Your microphone's going again.
Oh. Any better?
It's all right now.
Well, it must be this way how it's moving.
Yeah.
Any better?
Yeah, it's all right now.
Yeah. So they'll probably just put them on so that you can run it at night.
Yeah.
Have a look at what it looks like at night. But I don't think I think the Mark 1 was mainly built as a day fighter.
Yeah.
I think it was once we'll go to the Mark 4, Mark 5 they started doing it as a night fighter.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Right, here's a image of the diorama.
Look at that. Now, is that included in the kit, Adrian, or is that optional extras?
That's what you get from issue 101 to 120.
Is it? Wow.
Because up to the Spitfire will be completed in 100 ports, and the rest is in the last 20 ports.
Wow. That's superb.
That's what I've read.
Yes, you complete the model in 100 issues and the rest of it.
Yeah. Well, and there's the scope there for me to do a little bit on the base, I think. And I think I'll give my tip away now what I'm going to do. The base that it's sat on, that them people are on, I'm going to be putting down green grass on that base because most of the Spitfires in 1940 were taken off from grass airfields.
Yep.
In the southern part of England, and makeshift airfields to get them up and about quickly. And
with AstroTurf.
No, I'm going to use model railway turf. What they use for model railway grass, and that's all different coloured grass. It's not just green. It's green and brown and light green
So
and dark green and
do you glue that, or is that in like sheet foam, or is it you gonna put as it in like you're just gonna
no, you
put it
spread
on?
that on. You
Spread it
spread,
on.
yeah,
Because you got to remember that base as well will be for having the plane flying on as well.
yes, yeah, it is, yeah,
Because that'll have the controls and all of that for the.
yeah. But obviously, a diorama there. People are on the ground, and I think it'll look nice with the green grass, some green grass under it.
It would, no, yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
reckon that section there would all be all the controls,
Yes, it will. Yeah,
all the right through that section there.
yeah,
If you see my cursor going.
yeah. And there's two bits under each wing as well, and they'll control the sideward movement, and probably go like that as well as it's flying. Yeah.
So that stuff is it like you put like a glue down and you put the grass on top?
Yes. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Yeah, you
so
put
scenic
PVA.
modeling stuff.
Yeah, PVA glue normally, and then you would get some scatter grass, and you would scatter the grass on and build it up layer by layer until you was happy that it covered the area that you wanted. And of course, if you look at any green grass, it's not just completely green; it's all different colours. So you obviously get different colour scatter.
Unless the Queen's coming and you've got to paint it.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding on that. My son told us the Queen was visiting the school where he was, so they had to go out and paint the blades of grass.
Yeah, I can believe it. Yeah, I can believe it.
And you might find engineers coming around and screwing down the manual covers.
Yeah. What a brilliant build this is going to be.
Oh,
It's going to be fabulous, isn't it? It's going to be absolutely brilliant. It really is.
Would anybody like to see its nemesis built next to it, the ME 109?
The MiG 109. Yeah,
ME 1.
ME 109. Yeah, I think so.
That would look good built on a sort of same thing, so you could have the Spitfire behind it and it will both moving.
Yeah,
as if it's gunning it down. Bits and pieces falling off the ME 109.
yeah, bit shot out of it, yeah, and everything. Yeah, that'd look brilliant, wouldn't it? Yeah.
As it will be controlled, you could have a little special lead going control. Basically, you set a motion up. So what this one does.
The
first one doing movements, and the other one.
Yeah,
so
you could.
Like,
yeah.
So it looks like
one, and the sensor automatically controls the other one, like
the other way. So it looks like a dogfight.
Yeah. Yeah. And then all smoke coming off the ME 109. Yeah. Yeah. Because of course we did win the war after all, so.
And little holes suddenly appear in their wings and all that, and then really getting into modelling if you were to try that. So the seal up again.
and the pilot's trying to climb out of his cab. Yeah. Yeah. So where did we get to in the chat, Dave? We got to.
That was all talking Chris Davies and Marty McFly talking. Dave says, shall we go for a pint, lol?
Well, that'd be interesting, Chris, seeing as though there's more than 200 miles between us. It would cost me an arm and a leg to go for a pint with you.
Marty McFly, I don't remember seeing magnets on that part of the... Are they stuck on or separate from the port? They're actually stuck on the port, aren't they? They're not separate, the magnets.
Well, there's magnets on this one.
Yeah.
You've got a camera. You got one there, one on the other side, and you got two in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And P40 F20, like I was saying, the Spitfire was a day fighter.
Yeah.
Chris Davies awesome. Marty McFly looked great. Marty McFly. The magnets should already be on your ports. Yeah, I thought that's what like, but as I say, they weren't separate.
Yeah.
P40 F20, yes, bring on a 109 109E. Hi all from Chris Davies. Chris Davies, Mark, are you behaving?
Hi, Mark.
Dave say, I post the paid to you, lol. Well, that's gonna be a wet envelope.
Yes.
Thanks, Chris. I'll be sucking the envelope next time we see me on stream.
Yeah, he didn't say it was in a tin can or nothing like that. He says I'll post a paint. You got pigeon post.
Nah. Pint glass or pint gland?
Posting it by pigeon post now.
Yeah, pigeon post. I'd like to see a pigeon carry a paint.
I would, yeah.
Might spill it on the way. I'll probably stop halfway for a drink.
Probably, yeah.
Dave Sale have a drunk pigeon knocking around his house.
Where's this come from? Oh, it's from Chris Davis. Oh dear.
Well, putting a pint in a glass and you pass it to the post office. What are they going to say? What are you going to say when it's what's in that, sir?
It's a pint.
Yes.
Pint of what?
Fragile.
I bet.
Fragile.
This way up.
Do not shake. Oh dear.
Yeah.
I used to love them when I worked in the post office. Love the parcels that were fragile. We used to test to see if they were.
Yeah.
Would have these big frames. So when you do the parcels, so you'd have sort of an E1, an E2, an E3 because we're northeast on one side, then somebody would be working on the other side with the same number of frames. So a parcel would come up and would say an E5. Now that bag might just be right in front of you, but because it says fragile, we'll put it in the one on the other side to see if it goes in. Through. If it breaks, they haven't wrapped it properly.
The best one I saw was like photos do not bend. Oh
Yeah.
yes, they do.
Yeah, I'm not coming back later on to put it back through the door. Just bend it out and put it through the letterbox. Yes, done all that.
Photos do not bend. Oh yes, they do.
Yes. LPs were the best.
LPs.
I do not bend. Through the letterbox. Especially if you didn't like the person that was that lived at that house and they'd give you some bad jip. Oh, us postmen knew how to get people back if they give with jip on the rounds. If they've got a dog and you tell them that if they've got a dog and you say, do you mind your dog is trying to bite us? Well, you shouldn't put your fingers through the letterbox. So when the gyro comes, remember, I don't know if everybody remembers the gyros. People on the door, dog comes to the door, you hold on to the gyro. So the dog's just then let it go when it's being ripped to bits.
Oh dear.
So don't work your postman. He has ways of getting you back.
Yeah.
You'll have somebody will send you a model and they'll say, oh, it's been completed, and you'll open it up and it'll not be completed because you've worked your postman and you decided to smash it up for you. You're going to build it now.
Fragile. Oh, is it? Oh dear.
I had
Yeah.
some fun in that
Well,
job.
if I'm not in, I got some postman. I know where I let them know where they can leave my package. It's in a safe place. Not
Yeah,
every Tom, Dick, and Harry can get to it.
Yeah, we're roughly the same. I mean, we've got safe places and neighbours and such like that will take parcels in for us, which is really rather good.
Well, the best ones when people say it's bin men day and they say leave package in bin, right? Fair enough.
Where's my parcel? It's in the bin.
And it's gone on a wagon now.
Actually, there was a YouTube video basically I was watching where you got this person and tries, right, okay, leave your card. Other company, leave your card or find a safe place. Put it in a safe place. You get one or two companies come along, lift out the bin, put it in the bin, close the bin, and walk off.
Yeah.
But you got the other person actually lob it there, walk up to it, stamp on it, then walk away.
Ah dear. So you've still got some more in the chat there. So last one was Pigeon Post, Chris Davis.
Last one's pigeon post. Pint glass with liquid in. Chris Davis.
Right.
Walk mods. Hi Adrian. I'm still on with your graphics design. Should have it done by tomorrow.
That's okay, Mark.
Chris Davis. IPM. What's that? PMSL. Yeah.
Is peeing himself. Yeah.
Oh. Morning, McFly. Thanks for the reply, P40F20. I'll have a look. Thanks, guys. Chris Davis, Dave, you need a special frock for all these builds. You said that earlier on.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. What was that?
So do you wear a different frock for every build? I thought you know.
A different t-shirt. Yeah, different t-shirt.
You're not got a Spitfire t-shirt, are you not?
No, I haven't got a Spitfire t-shirt, and I've got a Lancaster one, Lancaster t-shirt, and I've got an engine one, and I've got a bus one. So yeah.
Well, Adrian, you're gonna have to get a Spitfire t-shirt.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got one. Look.
Yeah.
I've got one. Ready printed.
Yeah. That's good enough, isn't it, guys? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look on the
There you go.
t-shirt. There we are. Yeah.
Is it still wrapped?
Yeah, it's still wrapped.
Where's here's one unwrapped.
Yeah.
Hang on, hold it the right way up.
Upside down t-shirt.
No, we're not in Australia. We're in England.
Yeah. So how did you find that build, Adrian? Did you find it hard, easy, interesting?
Very easy, but well, yes. When you come to assemble the motor, yes, I would actually, instead of holding the propeller, get the motor, find out which bracket, put the motor in first. It's less thing, you then put the propeller onto the bracket, then put the other side on.
Because I saw you holding it like that. Then you had, you were sort of holding 3 or 4 things, and then, you was having to put other things in, and then put the motor bracket on and everything. And I can imagine it'd be quite difficult.
Putting that on together first, then put the pedal on. As you're holding there 2 pieces and getting the next piece in.
Yeah.
Working out which way the motor goes in.
Yeah. See, we have an advantage with us being 2 of us because one can hold the part while the other puts parts on it and screws it together. You know, so we have an advantage to everybody that's only building it by themselves. Than me and Chris, because obviously we help each other if necessary. So,
I'm the same. If I need help with something, I get my son to hold the port for us out like that. So
yeah,
if the port's too small and I can't see, I'll say to my son, do that port for us. Saves us looking for the magnifying glass.
yeah.
And at the moment, I've left the wire done up at the moment until it tells us to.
Till it tells us to undo it. Yeah.
Yes. Well, they haven't told us basically undo it or like so
Because I tell you
until
what,
they talk about until you plug it into something or right, okay, it goes that way through the motor.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you that Bismarck's got some tiny ports. I've been helping my son with a Bismarck. That's got some real tiny ports.
Yeah, it tells, doesn't it? Yeah, it tells.
Yeah.
I would recommend anybody that wants to start the Bismarck invest in a good pair of magnifying glasses.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So I just noticed in the chat there, you make me laugh and I love you guys, says Chris Davis. Well, we try. And then it's Chris Davis says, quick question, does anyone know about Love Minis? I haven't heard from her for a long time on these lives. Yeah, I think I heard from her about a week back, or maybe less than a week ago, on Facebook. So, but yeah, if you're listening, Love Minis, let us know you're okay. We're obviously thinking about you, because obviously we haven't seen you for a little while. I do know that she was having some internet problems, and I think down to the weather where she is. But other than that,
Anybody got her on FB?
I believe she's all right.
Anybody got her on Facebook so they can check with her?
I have, yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I'll check later, and I won't do it now, but I'll check later. Yeah, we are all hope that she's okay too. Yeah, we'll.
Same at all. If you message her basically, then at least you can let us all know, can't you?
Yeah, of course I can. Yeah, of course I can. I can let you all know. So, yeah, I do know that she was having some internet problems at one time due to the bad weather that there was having there, which wasn't so long ago.
She's from America, isn't she?
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah, the only thing is, the only trick a bit, like yes, you need sometimes an extra hand sort of thing doing it on some of the parts.
Yeah.
With the engine, I would actually, when you come to some of the engine, some of the two halves together, assemble the bottom half, leave the two top half sections, glue them on later. Because with two pieces of plastic, it's easier to juggle.
That's why we do these live shows, isn't it? So it helps people. You pick up a tricky bit.
Yeah.
Find a way
Problem
around.
is, like you're doing a recording, you don't know. Some people, they do a section, right, okay, this is how it's done. They haven't shown you how they've actually done it. You think, well, yeah, I like some of them. I watch people and think, well, you've done that. How have you done that?
Yeah, you get some of them that say, oh, I'll do this off camera. Then they don't, the next show, they don't turn around and say, that bit I done off camera, this is how I done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So somebody's wondering, well, I've got that problem, how do I do it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, nice so you wish to say, like, okay, this is how I've done it. It took me 5 minutes longer. I don't want you watch me doing it. it's a bit awkward to juggle. Or if they got mold grips basically on an arm basically, they put tape on so they're actually holding it. Why don't they say, right, okay, I've used this device holding these two pieces for an extra pair of hands?
Yeah. It's there would be better if there was a bit more in depth, wouldn't they, with how they did things.
Like us with the live stream, it's you can see what we've done, or even if I was like, okay, I'll leave that off stream basically, but I would tell you on the next show how would I have done it. Or people would say, right, okay, how do you do that section?
Yeah. Okay, so
or even as I say, if you're doing something, you got to do it off stream, and you've got a Facebook page attached to what we're building. You can say that bit I done off stream, how to do off stream. Here's how I done it on a Facebook. Plus, I'll show you next week in the show.
Yeah,
because someone might be waiting. Someone might be waiting and saying, "I've got to wait a full week for this." But if the next day it was on Facebook, explaining how it was done off stream.
Within my description, by the way, everyone, there's the hobby show for Facebook group, and the link to the channel we'll be having.
Excellent.
It is basically it was set up by Fleetwood Jay. For him, Dave Say, Chris Davies, and Mark so far to do a show to do on a Wednesday in September after Route Master. Then we all can sort of host instead of okay, yes, I'll do a show next Wednesday, saying the third week in September. It'll be a designated channel for the Wednesday show. And it's up to different people who want to host it. If Dave wants to talk about something on his channel, Dave Say, then you can host it. And
yeah.
So if you want to host something, you've got to have your own channel.
Yes, but someone's created this channel is basically for being after Route Master for a group of us. So everyone, it's a designated channel basically for a Wednesday show.
So that's everyone is on
Your mic's gone again, Dave. Say that again.
Is that so? That's like to carry on the Route Master show.
Yeah, but it's called the Hobby Show.
Sure.
And
I've signed up to it.
Yeah, if you've got something to bring to it, like say for instance your fishing or your photography, come along to the show, join it live, and then have 20 minutes, half an hour, or whatever, running the show or being in the show or involved in the show, telling us or showing us, what you've been doing and what your hobby is. And, along with all the rest of us, of course, we won't leave you just live if you didn't want to be just by yourself. We would join you telling us what your hobby is and showing us and everybody else what your hobby is like. And, it can be any sort of hobby as well, Dave. If, like you and I are into collecting model buses, that's a hobby we share, so obviously, if you know somebody else who's into photography or anything like that, and they want to be part of the show, or they want to show off some of their photography work or whatever, then by all means, bring them along. And you know, if your wife's into knitting or sewing, that's obviously a hobby. So obviously she could be entitled to come along. And you know, if your cousin twice removed is into collecting beer mats, you know, bring them along as well.
Bring them along.
Yeah. So it's any hobby that we like to be involved in. And it's just showing and sharing really of the hobbies that we're all involved in. And you know, a lot of people out there are, you know, once they do retire or something, especially, and they're always looking for a hobby, or if they've got a bit of spare time. And some people aren't quite sure what sort of hobbies that there is out there. And when you walk into a big shop, a big hobby shop, you get a bit confused by, you know, there's card making and there's this, that, and the other, and you know, and it's all very much in your face when you go into one of them hobby shops. But this is going to showcase all different hobbies so that people will have the chance to take up whatever hobby or get involved in whatever hobby that they might like to get involved in. And we can obviously, you know, if you are into fishing, Dave, you could say, well, okay, you're going to need a rod and you're going to need line and you're going to need a sinker and this and that. And it's going to cost you X amount of pounds to get set up.
Somebody could be into fishing and doesn't know how to tie certain knots. I could show that online and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, of course, exactly. That's exactly what it's for, Dave. You know, to encourage and to show and to showcase whatever your hobby is. And
well, I'll be keeping up with the channel because I work on a Wednesday night, and so I'll probably be watching the thingies back. I'll probably post mostly on Facebook, but when I'm off on a Wednesday, I'll probably join in on the channel.
Yeah, well, it'll be linked to the Facebook group, The Hobby Show, exactly the same name. And, you know, if you can't make it, there's a possible chance that, you know, if you want to share some photographs, you know, there's a possible chance that we could show the photographs on like a Wednesday night on the show on your behalf. You know, we could probably do that. You know, so that you can still be involved in a way. So and obviously, you know, we might get questions about your hobby on the Facebook group, on the live show on a Wednesday night, that we'll be able to relay to you for an answer back next week or something. So, yeah, I think it's going to be...
We don't know at the moment until September runs round.
Yeah.
We might probably every 3 months do a Saturday show.
Yeah.
Or like other people can't make it on a Wednesday.
That'd be excellent.
Right, just seeing what's been going up on Facebook. You know, Christine keeps putting the names up. People that seem to be building up a lot of people that's interested.
Yeah, I think it'll snowball once it gets out there in the community. You know, I think it'll.
I got my son on, so you'll have probably seen Danny David Milne. But it got put up with Danny, then David Milne. So somebody said, "Hi, Danny. Hi, Dave." No, that's one person. I don't know why he put Danny David Milne, but maybe that's how he's got his Facebook set up instead of. Somebody said, "Hi, Danny and David." I'm already. I've been a member before him.
Well, I mean, obviously, you and your son have got hobbies, so like, you know, you're both entitled to come along. And I'm just going back to Chris Davis a minute. Chris Davis, we was asking about Love Minis. I've texted Love Minis tonight, and she's okay, but she has a cold. But she says she is on the mend, and she should be better by next week. So she is okay. So let's send our love to Love Minis. Hope she gets better soon from her cold. And you know, there we are. She is okay, but she's had a cold.
I like Chris Davies' hobby there. He likes
Yeah.
sleeping.
Yeah.
That's probably why his bed's not made on stream.
He was sleeping
He
on
just crawled
stream
out
yesterday.
on stream.
He was. I was watching him on was yesterday. He was falling asleep on stream, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was.
Right. We've done the aircraft. I'll show you the display of this thing.
I'll
I
give
can
you
get
one last
some
one.
more
Do you want to give you this
of the
one last
diorama for next time.
chat? P40 F20. The topics for the hobby show are endless.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go, one Dave, whiskey collecting. And we'll try the whiskies on.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. Yeah. The topic of subject for this week's hobby is whiskey testing. Yeah.
Well, as I don't drink whiskey, I think I should host that show just in case someone gets
Yeah. Yeah,
keep some
absolutely.
organisation on the show.
So yeah, I mean, as P40 F20 says, the topics are endless, and you know, the scope for it's going to be massive. It's just advertising it right, so that people come along and they get involved. Please get involved if you can, because obviously we want to keep the Wednesdays going, and you know, we want to keep it weekly if we can.
Well, we get a lovely big crowd on that night most of the times.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. We've created the main channel, then basically it's a channel we can roughly share to other hosts.
Yeah.
We're in a set group.
Yeah.
So, all right, I can host the show that night. We're not sharing personal information. We're sharing one because you find all of us, if we've got something on YouTube, we don't share to everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a bit like, well, like, so someone is diabetic. They don't see pictures of sweets and that. I think make them rather hungry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
On the main chat, on someone, as I say, on someone else's chat. That's why we've created a designated channel for certain people control of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quarter 10
Right.
now, are you ending the
Yes.
show? Carrying on.
Run out of
I was going to just quickly do a run through the calendar. That's all.
Okay.
Right, I was doing. Right. Why does that bring up that one?
Chris Davis. I'm out on a Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays, and live Tuesdays 8 p.m. So a busy week for me, and innuendos is a hobby. Laughing out loud.
That's what I want. So I forgot my phone was online. Basically, I was picking up and think, why is it still showing February when we're in March?
I don't know. You managed to bring it up, Adrian?
Yeah, give me a moment. Unless you've got the calendar in front of you.
No, but
Well, tomorrow, Saturday's show is cancelled until Penny gets back to organise. We're leaving that station open for her
Sunday
because she was
Davis.
mostly doing.
Sunday Davis on, aren't you?
yeah,
I've got Sunday. Right.
I've got it up unless you have, Adrian.
I have now. Right.
Okay. Go on then.
You're on Sunday 8 o'clock, aren't you?
Yeah, Sunday at 8 o'clock.
For 8 o'clock.
I'm doing
The bus and the chat.
buses and chit chat and chewing and sharing. Yeah, on Sunday. Join me at 8 o'clock on my channel. You're quite welcome.
And on Monday, it's Chris Campson.
Yeah.
I think you'll find you'll be doing the Terminator on Monday. Then it's Chris Davies doing the Route Master.
So you're not doing the Jag no more?
He's concentrating on the bus at the moment.
He wants to bring it more into LAN.
Yes, because. And of course, on Wednesday, it will be the bus.
Yeah. Route
Issue
Master.
106.
Yeah.
Then on Thursday, it'll be World of Wayne.
Yeah.
Then on Friday, I'll be end up doing the Terminator issue 53 and 54.
Yeah.
And a week on Friday, that week after then, I'll end up doing the Spitfire issue 4 and 5.
Yeah.
As Mark Mods just doing fortnightly, is he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's doing fortnightly every other Thursday that went World of Wayne isn't. So where you'll find that next week it's World of Wayne, Matt Mods will do the week after.
And on the 15th of March, I'll end up doing part 2 of the building the T-72 tank.
Right.
I have moved it until back on Sunday, sharing that day between Dave Say and Fleetwood J.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Because obviously there was like 2 or 3 Sundays where there was nothing, wasn't there?
Yes.
So yeah.
So at the moment, are they sat to staying free or?
At the moment.
Yeah, at the moment, yeah.
I just thought maybe somebody could have filled a part in that they would like you could have done the tank until Penny gets back up online instead of. I'm just thinking in case somebody starts doing something and they start getting interested in that and then they don't come back to.
Yes, there is a slight reason why I'm not doing it on a Saturday.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Somebody could start doing a show on a Saturday and start watching that Penny comes back and everybody's watching this other show instead.
I think
whereas if it
organised.
Whereas if it was one of us lot that was doing it, would say, "Oh well, Penny, when you're back, we'll do." Especially somebody
Yes,
like.
I think so. I think you find there'll be someone might be doing a show on a Saturday.
Yeah.
But I think we've talked about everything.
Yeah.
So who would like to say goodbye first?
I'll go first if you like.
We'll fight for it.
I'll put you in the eye.
It's goodbye from him.
And him.
And him.
No, it's yeah.
I'm in the middle.
Let's go. Goodbye from those two. Right, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. So Hopefully a bit more different parts. It gets slightly different, interesting in this build. Of course, it's one or two first issues. They got to make it slightly interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Or start building. With these bits, I reckon we might do some bits on the engine next, in a fortnight's time.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not like we would do a part and we put it on one side and it sits on the shelf for like 6 months down the road. Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Anyone else who's watching the channel or even watching back later, please click on the subscribe button and don't forget to ring that bell notification. You'll be notified the next show. Or
Yeah.
even when I'm doing it, if I'm at pop up for like there might be a show during the day I might end up doing. You never know.
Yeah.
Goodbye all. And see you on my channel in a week's time. But I might also end up seeing you on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Goodbye all.
Bye-bye now.
goodbye, all.
Come on. End show, please.
Show's not ending.